Hi everybody, a very warm good afternoon. I must say hot good afternoon, but it's fine.
Oh, sure. Oh, sorry. Okay.
Well, I'm not going to bore you with spirituality. I'm not an academician either. So I'll go straight to my presentation of the title, The Case of Coaching for Global Employability, Proposing Workable Models of Strategy and Coaching. Because this is something which we can think in a commonsensical way also. But I try to take the fundamental research approach. The aim of this is to study the phenomena and elements from various perspectives, compiling data from various sources and build a theory using appropriate methodology. The objectives are to identify what are the processes, purposes, perspectives, and to identify the use appropriate research methodology, collect data and build theory. There's a vast literature available from different perspectives. It's very interesting. The first one is the information on university and business school rankings. Very, very often we come across these rankings that universities are ranked top 100 in the world, top 150 in the world. Well, it means something. It's an industry rating. It means something. But it doesn't necessarily mean that those who come out of those top 100 or 150 are really more successful in life than the others. The next topic which we come across in the literature is expatriate successes and failures. A lot of research has been done in several countries. And what are the factors which are responsible for the success and failures of expatriates? Well, everything is in the global context. The next thing is concepts of employability and lifelong learning. In Europe, a lot of research has been done on employability and lifelong learning. And a lot of research has been done on competencies and employability models. And finally, linking coaching with employability. Now, when we look at the concept of global employability, we find that there are very important perspectives. The perspective of employer, perspective of the academic institutions, universities, and the perspective of the recruiters, the global recruiters. You know, it's a big business, global recruiter. And coaching. Coaching is something that I brought into this as a matter of study. And the graduate perspective, the candidate perspective, I showed a star because that is the star, the individual. The most important in the global employability concept is the individual person, the graduate, on whom the focus has to be. The research question, what are the critical factors and processes for effective global employability from various perspectives that can help to build a model of strategy? In fact, global employability, I take it as a strategy. And I use the grounded theory methodology to study the phenomenon. Well, this is a matter of research interest. Those who are interested in research, they can see what it is. This is a flow diagram, grounded theory flow chart. It's a very messy thing. Those who use this methodology, they have to go through a lot of collecting data, coding, and build categories and themes. And to do proper research, the researcher has to build a relevance tree, construct a relevance tree with all the involved terms. Now, I take you straight to the results part of it. The end result of all the research on the theme of global employability, I find that there are some primary drivers of global employability. National needs and goals, economic considerations. Every nation, every country has its goals. The next one is corporate needs and goals. The companies, especially globalization and diversification, that is one of the drivers. The third thing is individual needs and goals. Why individuals are interested in globalization? Because high pay packages, exposure to and exploration of outer world. This is one of the important drivers. The secondary drivers are competition among universities and business schools and other institutions, because you hear the business schools announce, we are top in Africa, we are top 10 in the world, so that kind of thing. And competition among graduates and employees to grab the best jobs that they can. And competition among employers, because employers also want to grab the best candidates. And competition among recruiters. There are worldwide recruiting agencies. There is also a lot of competition. And broadly, in the globalized job market, there are three categories of people. Senior and middle level corporate executives, they're a very highly mobile category. In fact, they could go to any corner of the world and they work. The second category is knowledge workers and professionals, like doctors, engineers, ICT, and similar. And the third one is skilled labor. There are three categories. So all the methodologies that the academic institutions have to use, educational skills, adaptability, flexibility, and motivation. These are the usual barriers to prevent a global employment. The quality that can help global employment, very important quality, is courage and a spirit of adventure is necessary. If somebody offers you a job, straight away go to Alaska and work. Can you go to Alaska and work? You have to use your spirit of courage and some kind of spirit of adventure you must have. Well, the conclusions and recommendations. Global employability is an emerging phenomenon, needing integrated approach by governments, academicians, and industry. Needs integral education and training of graduates in academic and life skills. And most important, a personal development plan and preparation is a must for every job seeker. Well, now I bring you to the topic of coaching, how coaching is going to help. Management coaching is a process and a methodology for individual and group interventions. It's a developmental tool. It's based on psychology. It's a developmental tool for persons and organizations. It uses theories of human psychology, systems, existentialism, and values. It is applied in context of life and its transitions. We all go through transitions in life, so someone who can help you is a coach to coach you through the process. Research and evidence based on professional practices is different from consulting, counseling, mentoring, or psychotherapy. It's similar to sports coaching, but it's applied in a different context. Coaching process, a qualified and trained coach can help the client to identify, explore, apply one's own strengths and achieve full potential, to identify and overcome barriers and weaknesses and turn into strengths. This is a stratagem. It's an acronym for the strategy for global employability. It takes from 4 perspectives: the employer perspective, the university academic perspective, the employee perspective, and the coach perspective, each one contributing to the competencies, global competencies, which are required for global employability. The coach fits in where the life skills are to be given to the individual. There is a 6-step coaching process model, how a coach intervenes with an individual. Step 1 is an introductory meeting. Step 2 will be motivational interviewing. And the step 3 is a coaching action plan. Step 4 is the actual coaching process. Step 5 is feedback and measurement, and the last is evaluation. Well, this is the coach's own plan. Well, I come to the end of the presentation. Thank you very much.
Let's give a big hand to Mr. Nanduri. Thanks to Mr. Nanduri for sharing with us the workable